Do you know how much money you spend on food in a month? Well, I set out to answer the question here. Hi, Gateri here. I want to chronicle how much money a family of 6 spends on food for 1 month. And today being February 1st, it's day 1. So to start us off, what I'm going to do is I want to be making weekly meal plans. I used to do this sometime last year, though intermittently. I would do it on Instagram stories. But for this month, I want to be diligent and every week to come up with a meal plan, and the meal plan will guide me with the shopping that I'll need to do, and hopefully it can help me keep track of my finances and be more prudent in how I spend money for food in my home. So to start us off, I'll say I did keep track of how much money I spent on food for the month of January, and it was a whopping around 27,000 shillings. I'm going to put a screen grab of how that 27,000 was broken down. I didn't do a very good job of keeping track of everything, so I cannot really tell you how much money I spent per se on milk, but I can tell you how much money I spent on meat, so you can check that out. So for this month, I want to be very thorough and make sure I keep track of all the expenses, and that way I can be able to plan better for future months and hopefully even save, because I felt like 27,000 was a lot of money. But when I did the math, like if I was to divide the 27 between the 31 days of January, it came to roughly under 1,000 bob to feed a family of 6, which I would say it's pretty decent. And the family of 6 is comprised of 3 adults and 3 children. Occasionally we have guests here or there, but most of the time it's catering for a family of 6. So to start us off, before I do the meal plan, what I normally do is go through my pantry and my fridge to see what I have to work with, and then from there I can build on what I want to make and what I need to buy. So we'll go through the pantry together. I have my notebook with me so that I can jot down the things that I have. So here I have porridge flour. What else do we have? So I won't jot that down. I have some lentils kamande. I usually use this to make mjadra, and this looks like enough to just make 1 serving, as in 1 serving to feed 6 people. So I'll write down that I have kamande. So I should maybe put mjadra in the menu. We have some pasta. This can be used to cook twice. There's spaghetti. This looks like a small serving, the one that I'd cook maybe for like a lunch. Let me show you. I have something that I'm yet to cook. I think I felt a bit intimidated, and I shouldn't. And these are lupins. I made a mistake of buying something new and buying a lot of it without trying. So instead of buying 1 pack, I bought 2 packs. And when you boil these things, they remain crunchy. So ideally, they'd be good for like a salad. I'm yet to try making a salad with them. So perhaps I'll challenge myself and make a salad. We shall see. But yeah, lupins. So, but safe to say, I don't think I'll ever repurchase them, just because I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I have coconut flour. This is mostly for baking, so that doesn't count. Here I have white baker's flour. I have, this is all-purpose flour. Oh no, this is gluten-free flour. I use that to bake. So this doesn't. And then this is atta flour. Self-raising flour. And these are panko breadcrumbs. This is ungaya ugali. And I have plenty more of ungaya ugali, so I don't need to buy any of that. This is a jar where I put my sachet of soy sauce. I also have oats. They're oats. Oats, this one will feature for breakfast. So let me write oats. I haven't indicated the flours, simply because I know they're there, and when I use it for home cooking, it's mainly to make chapati or naan. Yeah. What you can't see in this corner, that's sugar. Now let me show you other things. I have lots of potatoes. We were in Molo, so I don't need to buy potatoes. These are the things that don't fit in the jars, so I put them in a kiondo here. So more of the flours and the pasta. And then here I usually put my onions, garlic and ginger. As you can see, this is the only that's left over. So I need to get that. So I need to jot down that I need to get those. We also put fruits here. All that's there is the pineapple, one mango, and here I have some plantain that I was brought for by my sister from Uganda. So it's green. We want it to ripen. And at the bottom you can see the all-purpose flour. This one I use for baking. So yeah, that's it. The next part is looking through the fridge to see what's in the fridge. And when I say the fridge, I mean the freezer, because sometimes we boil legumes and put them in the freezer, and looking at the things like tomatoes and vegetables. You can see I have eggs, lots of eggs baking. In the freezer, I was freezing some plantain. I had so much plantain that was ripe and I didn't want it to go bad. I just froze it yesterday. This is spinach. This yellow beans that have been boiled. So one serving of yellow beans. Oh, another serving of yellow beans. So I don't need to buy yellow beans. French beans here. When I freeze them like this, when I want to cook, I just cook them from frozen. No thawing. You just cook like that. And then here we have the thing I've been avoiding, the lupins. I think I'll remove them to thaw and I make a salad, perhaps tomorrow. This is another pack of greens. Another pack of greens. As you can see, I'm those people who use ice cream tubs to store food. So yeah. So I think that's it. In the bottom we can see I need to add some few tomatoes. These are not a good number. And then I also need to add dania. The rest, this is leftover food. There's butter. There's some French beans. These ones I should cook tonight. And yeah, so that's it. Now with that information, the next step is coming up with the meal plan. Now when I am doing the meal plan, I think of what do I want to cook or what do I want to eat. So mostly for breakfast, the children just end up having tea and bread. And yeah, for the most part, I don't do so much extra. I've been thinking of challenging myself to be making their breakfast, but yes, so there's that. So mostly breakfast, it's tea and bread. If it's not bread, maybe it's ndoma or ngwashe. That's for breakfast. Now for dinner, like tonight we've seen that there's kamande in the pantry, so we'll make mujadra. I'm going to link how I make it, and it's also a recipe in my cookbook. So we'll make mujadra. When we make mujadra, usually accompany it with a cucumber salad and a yogurt dip. So that's for today's dinner. As you have seen from the tour of my fridge, or rather freezer, I don't have any animal protein there, so I'm contemplating whether I want to buy goat meat or not, but I'll think about that. And then when one comes up with this list, you realize that, like now I want to prepare to go to the soko, I'll realize that I don't need to buy so many things, because even with what I already have, I've not finished. It's just that I don't want repetition with the meals that I'm making, so that's why. So dinner will be pizza on Tuesday. just because of the birthday boy. That's the dinner menu for the week. Now that I have come up with the meal plan, the next thing is to come up with the shopping list. We've already seen I have kamande, goat meat, so I need to buy goat. So I usually buy from my local butcher. Maybe I'll take you there, we'll see. I usually buy 2 kgs, then I have it packed 3 times. So it's eaten, we eat 2 kgs 3 times. It's not a lot, but it's also not very little. So that's the list. I forgot to show you when we were going through everything, I forgot to show you oil, but I have oil, plenty of vegetable oil, so I don't need to buy oil. When it comes to matters salad, I already have apple cider vinegar, so I don't need to get that. Spices, I bought spices recently, so I also don't need to get any spices at the moment. So that's it. Now that we've written the list, now we are going to go to the soko to get the things from the soko, and then when we come back, I'll let you know how much money I've spent in total for the things from the soko. I'll try my best not to impulse buy. What else I haven't put on the list I need to add is fruits. I always buy fruits. I pray to God I don't impulse buy. What makes me impulse buy, especially when I go to the soko, is when I see very beautiful looking greens or groceries, and then I'm tempted to buy. But the beauty of the meal plan is the fact that even if I buy something extra, when am I cooking it? It's not in the meal plan. So that's the beautiful thing about the meal plan. So see you at the soko. And now we are the second week. It's Thursday. I know I was supposed to be doing this on Wednesday, but I let laziness take over. So yesterday's dinner was ugali and spinach. That's usually my I don't feel like thinking kind of meal. Oh, there was also eggs. There were boiled eggs. So that's the meal that people had. So now, before I get into going through what I need to buy, last week I ended up getting a voucher, a coupon from Greenspoon. So Greenspoon is an online store where you can buy groceries, you can buy your meats, you can buy some home care products. So thank you so much, Greenspoon, for the voucher. So when they gifted me the voucher, I bought quite a number of things which I'll show you. Majority are in the fridge, and this means that I'll have very minimal things to buy this week. So in terms of expenditure, we are really on point. I'll try and put the expenses. I don't know whether I'll put the expenses when in post of how much I've spent week by week. So we'll start by going through what's in the pantry. Majority of the things are what I showed last time. The only new things are this. I got butter beans. This I got via Greenspoon. These ones will feature in this week's menu. I'll let you know what I want to make with the butter beans. The other thing was this I bought last week. It was part of the menu. You remember, actually, why am I saying you remember? You've just seen it in the video. I used this to make chana dal, which we had with chapati. It was such an amazing meal. So I think that's generally what's new. Everything else has stayed the same. I've added atta flour, and yeah, that's it. So let's go into the fridge. As usual, this is what I'm left with in terms of onions. So only 3 onions. There's still quite an amount of garlic. So onions, garlic. So now let's go to the freezer. You can see there's quite a lot of meat. I bought some tripe. Tripe is matumbo. I also bought, this is lamb cannon. I bought some short ribs. I bought some lamb shanks, you can see. I also decided to buy duck breast, but this is for me. I've never cooked duck, so it's for me to just try cooking duck. I also bought some chicken and mincemeat, which featured in the pizza dinner that we had on Tuesday for my son's birthday. And then now we have the greens. Normally when we get the greens, we clean, chop them up, and then freeze them.
Here it's still the French beans. I didn't cook them. I cooked the ones in the fridge. This is ice cream I've just bought today. It's extremely sunny. Some cookie dough packed here for when one needs a cookie. Greens, spinach. This is yellow beans. This is, last time I said this was beans, but they were not beans. This was mbaazi, cowpeas. I think that's the name. So that's the freezer section. I'm out of eggs, so we need to add that to the shopping list. The fridge section full of greens. These are greens. Those are greens. And fruit. The rest is just other things. I have some rockets which I'll make a salad with, so I should add that. I need to add tomatoes. Oopsie. And these are lemons. Yeah.
I forgot to show you this as we were going through. I also bought this arborio rice. I want to try making risotto, and I think I'll put it in the meal plan. So for week 2, for starters, I've been serious with myself. Wait, not serious. I've been honest with myself. I haven't put anything for breakfast. I'm still trying to aim to do a 1 week of breakfast. Wish me luck. Well, we'll see. So Wednesday was yesterday. We had the ugali and greens, so that's out. Today, I want us to have matumbo. But not since we had ugali yesterday, I don't want us to cook ugali again today. So we'll have matumbo with rice. We'll see how my children respond to matumbo. They've eaten matumbo before, but I don't cook it a lot. So yeah. Friday, tomorrow, I want to cook short ribs. I want to braise short ribs. And then we can have them with chapati. And perhaps, I think we'll deplete all the grains in the fridge, so I don't want to buy any more grains at the moment. On Sunday, sometimes I never feel like cooking. It's a chill day, but I've put lamb, mashed potatoes, and French beans, so hopefully the frozen French beans will be eaten then. And then on Monday, I want to make butter bean burgers. So this is a recipe in my cookbook, the Little Veggie Cookbook. If you want a copy, there's a link in the description where you can order a copy of the book, whether physical or digital copy. And then on Tuesday, I think I'll make mushroom risotto. So with that, I can be able to come up with a shopping list, which I'll display on the screen, and we can go to the soko. Today I'm not the one going to the soko. I think I'll send my HM to the soko, and yeah, that's it. I'm wondering how to treat the green spoon coupon. Yeah, I think I'll put it as part of the expenses, but yeah, we'll see. It's Friday. I know I was supposed to be doing this on Wednesday, but hear me out. For starters, I am very broke. So I thought, what's the point of writing a shopping list if I don't have money to go to the soko? But now I've gotten some little money, so I want us to go through what I need. And the beautiful thing is, okay, maybe what I am happy about is the fact that even if I didn't have money to go to the soko, I still had a lot left over from the previous buys that could sustain us. So right now I still have some, but I don't have veggies. I don't have the standard things that I normally like to have, like garlic and ginger. So that's what perhaps will replenish. But before we get to that, in terms of the meal plan for the week that has just passed, let's just say I have been poor at keeping at it. I swapped out, like on a Friday, there's a meal we didn't cook. I didn't make risotto. I was to make risotto on Tuesday, but I didn't make it simply because I want to make authentic risotto, and I wanted to use wine. And remember what I said about being broke? So I could not buy wine. So that one I've shifted. I'll cook at a later time, maybe sometime in March. That's when I'll make the risotto, so that I'll make sure I've gotten the wine, the white wine. And since I want to make a mushroom risotto, I want to use cremini mushrooms, not button mushrooms. I normally buy button, it's cheaper, but I want to use cremini. So that's going to be something I can plan for in March. Otherwise, in terms like the butter bean burgers I made, did we have them with fries? I made smashed potatoes, so we had them with that. The lamb, instead of having it with potatoes, we had it with rice, some cumin rice. It was really good. We did have the braised short ribs with chapati. I didn't make the rice and mbaazi. I can't remember what we made that day. I think we didn't make dinner because that Saturday also happened to be my husband's and I anniversary. So we went for a picnic with the children, had nyama choma, came back home. I think what people had was leftovers. Anyway, so that was that week. So now we're on week 3. And as usual, rule of thumb, as we've been doing, I go through what I need and then I write down what is needed. Then I come up with a meal plan. So let's check the fridge. This has drastically become empty because we've been eating our way through the things. We have, this is the boiled butter beans. We have the lamb shanks, which I'm thinking of making them tonight. We have duck breast. What's this? Oh, this is finally an ice cream tub with actual ice cream. Yay! Some other butter beans. So we are done. Again, since we didn't cook mbaazi, I have the mbaazi here. So that's the freezer section. As usual, there are eggs. In the fruit section, you can see my tomatoes are so few. Yeah, I need to add tomatoes. The rest is butter, some leftover food, some cake. Yeah, so I need to add tomatoes and I think I'll add carrots. And now, of course, vegetables. Since it's Friday, will it be cheating if I start the meal plan from Wednesday? I have to say this has to be the fastest I've come up with a list. Then again, I had a head start of 2 days. So Wednesday, I said we made shakshuka and pasta. Yesterday was ugali, goat, and spinach. Today, I want to make chapati. My son requested. Yesterday, as we were having dinner, he said we haven't eaten chapati in a while. Well, I beg to differ. It hasn't been a while, but anyway. And yeah, so I'll make chapati and I think I'll make it with the lamb shank because lamb shank I braise, and then since it's a huge piece of meat, I think I'll shred for them and then we'll have them with sauteed cabbage. Tomorrow, since it's Saturday, most likely we'll cook lunch. So I think I'll cook the mbaazi that's left with rice so we can have that for lunch. And then for dinner, I may need to switch up. Dinner, I was thinking of making naan and chana dal, but since today we'll have had chapati, there's no need of making naan the following day. Do you guys do that when you're doing a meal plan? You try not to make monotonous meals, or if we had chapati yesterday, there's no need of us having naan tomorrow. So maybe I can switch. We have the naan next week on Tuesday, and then what was to be had on Tuesday was pizza. I was gifted some cheese by Le Rustic Hotel in Nanyuki. They sent over, they asked me what cheese I want, so they sent over some mozzarella and halloumi. So the mozzarella I'll use for pizza. So I think I'll make pizza. Maybe we can make pizza a Sunday activity since there's nothing happening. After church, we'll be home. Maybe we can do a pizza activity and then it will be pizza for lunch and dinner. So the pizza that was supposed to be had on Tuesday will be had on Sunday. And the naan that was supposed to be had on Saturday will be had on Tuesday. So, and then what was to be made on Sunday was chicken thighs, fries and salad. We can do that maybe tomorrow. Maybe, I say maybe because I'm supposed to travel, so perhaps we won't do the chicken thighs tomorrow, but that's the interim meal plan. Let me come up with a shopping list. Some things won't be bought at the soko because they're not at the soko, but again, I'll still write down how much it's cost me to buy those things, and that's it. I'll also declare where it's things have been gifted, like the voucher I was given by Green Spoon. That one really has helped reduce the costs by a huge margin. Things that happened during the week that I haven't documented. The gas ended, so we had to refill the gas, so that's a cost that will also go into how much Will it go into how much one spends on food? Yeah, I think so, because the gas is used for cooking. But that's it. So yeah, next, week 4. Finally, week 4, and I'm happy to report that today is Wednesday, so I did not try to push this ahead. So I'll start by reviewing how the last week was. I have to say week 3, I've been the most diligent in terms of following the meal plan, and excuse my eye as it's recovering, hence the redness, if it can be seen. Anyway, week 3, I was the most diligent, like 10 over 10. I achieved everything. We cooked everything that was on the meal plan on the set day. So woohoo, hooray for me for that. I'm very proud of myself for that. And now, again, same run of the mill, going through what we need. And then I've realized I've not been talking about rice or ugali maize meal. Well, rice I store somewhere else in a much bigger container. So like the past 2 weeks we haven't bought rice because there was rice, but this week we may need to buy rice. I've checked and it's like sufficient for just one meal. As for ugali maize meal, I have a lot. I have some I was gifted. I have actual maize that we can grind to make ugali maize meal. We have some other ground maize meal. So basically we are sorted in terms of ugali for the next 2 months, if not more. So anyway, as usual, I've gone through. This one is the one that I usually deplete very fast. Only one garlic head left. There's still some amount of ginger. I may not need to add, or maybe if I add maybe for like 50 shillings, not a lot. Onions, as usual, I have to add onions. This 6 onions, so maybe I add just a kg, but depends on what I want to cook. So we've, and then now we go to the fridge section. The freezer section, we have the duck legs. I'm yet to make it. I forgot to talk about this. This is some pie crust, leftover pie crust. I don't know what I'll use it for. I'll see, because it's too little to make something huge for our family. Maybe, anyway, we'll think about it. And then, again, guys, I'm getting so much better at this. Ice cream! Yeah, I'm a fan of Dairyland. So there's ice cream. Ice cream! Like, yay! And what else is here? This is the other tab of boiled butter beans. And then there's ice cubes. So as you can see, my freezer is pretty bare. I never show the door of the fridge. I usually have a bottle, a container where we put ice cubes. We refill, and then yeast. I store yeast in the freezer. So this is yeast. I also need to buy some more. The fridge section, it's basically leftovers and then cheese. There's cheese and then leftovers, and then there's butter, there's some buttercream, and yeah, just basically that. This veggie place, some apples left over from work, more cheese, last quarter of cabbage, some cucumbers, and an orange. As you can see, there are no tomatoes. Here, the door, there's dania left from last week. That's good. And then now other things. There's yogurt at the bottom, my Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, some milk. This is whipping cream for baking. Yeah. I should start by apologizing. I know I've been putting the camera at all manner of angles, especially when I'm here seated. Today I think it's when I've done the best angle. But anyway, so now it's to come up with the meal plan for this week. Normally when I sit down to do this, I usually have a rough idea as to what some of the things I want to cook. This week, I don't have any ideas, and I'm thinking I'll start by going through. I'll just check, because in this book I've been writing, I'll just check what I've been doing the past 3 weeks, what we've been having, and then I see what we can do that we haven't cooked. I try not to repeat meals so often, but of course there are some that are usually like standard. But now we'll see. I don't know, guys. I'm so uninspired. Am I busy on Pinterest looking for dinner ideas? Yes, I am. I'm just seeing, I've just gotten an idea thanks to Pinterest. I'll show you. Wait, what has happened to the, yeah, I'll show you. So I'm just thinking, what if instead of the burgers on Friday, we do them as sloppy joes? That's even faster. And then it's been a minute since I made biryani, so I can make biryani. What's happening this Sunday? Maybe I make biryani on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday I make biryani. Chicken or goat? Chicken or goat? Let's make chicken. It's this Moroccan chicken on here that's made me think of biryani. All these suggestions are, maybe I should even be looking through my book. On Tuesday we can do tacos. Like, duh, Taco Tuesday. We can do fish tacos. So Pinterest, thank you so much for the ideas. So we're done. So Wednesday today it's ugali, cabbage and goat fry. Tomorrow it's rice, pea and potato curry. Friday we have the sloppy joes with plantain and salad. On Saturday we have the creamy coconut mushroom sauce with spaghetti. On Sunday we'll have the chicken biryani with kachumbari. On Monday we have the coconut jahe curry with chapati and spinach, and then on Tuesday we have the fish tacos with salad. I have to say, week 4 looks like the illest when it comes to the meals. Everything is making me salivate. So week 4 is on point. So now we write the shopping list. Nothing beats using yourself as inspiration. So I've gone to my Instagram. There's a time I made fish tacos, so I've gone to see what I did. Now let me go to the soko. I buy what I need to buy for today. Others will need to be bought in far away places. So I'll need to plan for that. But that's week 4. So I think the next bit will be me going through the summary of the whole month, how much money has been spent, my lessons from it, what I can do different, what I can adopt for March and going forward. But yeah, this has been quite something. So yeah, off to the soko. And that's it. That's how much money I spend in a month. I've done a compilation of all the weeks, and it has come to a total of, as you can see from this sheet here, 19,856. So that's how much of my money I spent on food. I've broken it down between the butchery, soko, and the supermarket. And then on this other sheet, I have the green spoon coupon. From the coupon that they gifted me, the one worth 10,000 shillings, I spent 9,336 on food. And this was the breakdown. As you can see, the meats came to 5,381. So it's safe to say for the month of Feb, for the food we ate, meat cost us about 11,000 shillings, which is a lot of money. For the veggies or soko, so combining the 5,000 from my budget and the 1,600 from Green Spoon, that's about maybe 7,000. And that's it. So I'm curious to know how much you guys spend on food. So please leave a comment. Let me know the size of your family and how much money you spend on food in a month. I hope you found this video illuminating. In the description box, I'll leave a link to a Google folder which will have the meal plan, so you can be able to download the meal plan. It will have the expenditure, how much I spent on food, and it will also have a free printable meal plan, week meal plan, so you can print and write what you want to make for the week. And that is it. From me, Gateri, Kwaheri.